Hello everyone, we're in a different place today. This is a little bit of my living room. Please ignore the mess behind me. A lot of it is stuff that we haven't sorted out from moving. So as you can see, there's like boxes still. We've got like little containers to keep bedding or blankets or whatever in them. So please just ignore all of this behind me. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I'll try and, depending on where I put you might not see any of it, so that's good. I thought I would do a little bit of a different video, kind of like a reading vlog, but kind of not, and I'll tell you why in a second. So I am participating in a readathon by Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, and she's doing the Journey Through the Bible readathon for the month of October. And I can't remember the question or the prompt, but the question for that particular prompt is to read a book in the Bible, like Genesis, Revelation, those sorts of things. Anyway, I thought that I would film myself reading one of the books in the Bible. Now, I am also participating in another readathon, which is the Antober readathon that Sortona Havoc is doing, and again for this month, October. And one of the prompts, in fact, the first one, is to read an ebook. However, I can't read an ebook, and the problem is, however, what I forgot was that I can read the Bible on my phone because I have the YouVersion Bible app. The only problem with that, when I did realize, I shouldn't remember that I can't do a video on it, which is what I was thinking of doing, because I film on my phone. So I can't really show you reading my book. Therefore, I decided to go with last year's prompt. Cheryl from Candlewick Library mentioned this readathon on her channel, and she mentioned that prompt for the ebook last year was to read a book that starts with an E. So I thought that I would kind of cheat on that prompt in Sortona's readathon and do last year's one, which is read a book beginning with an E. Now, when I had a look around, I didn't have anything that started with an E. They had E's in them, some of the words and titles, but none of them started, or they had the and then the name. And I guess I could have ignored the I guess. But I didn't want to, because that's technically the first word in the title. So I wanted, to at least not cheat completely. Well, not completely, but even more. So I decided to pick a book of the Bible, so then I'm completing Katie's readathon, to match with Sortona's and pick one that started with an E. And there's quite a few of them, and so I wanted to pick a short book. So I had a look, and I knew the epistles or letters that Paul wrote in the New Testament. A lot of them are short or short-ish, like they're not, I think they're all around 10 or 12 chapters or under chapters. So I thought I would go with his letter to the Ephesians. So that is the book that I'm going to read and that you'll be seeing me read. So I'm going to show you my Bible, and then we'll get started in a second. So this is the Bible that I've got. There it is. It's the King James Version, and it's a study Bible. Normally I study the Bible. I do Bible journaling, so I, write in the Bible. But I'm not doing it with this, and also it's a different Bible that I use. So the other Bible that I use is my main Bible. It's the one I use mostly every day when I try and study the Bible. So this one is actually my dad's Bible that I bought for him, actually, for either Christmas or his birthday, and I think it was Christmas. And I got him a study Bible because we were both, Dad's been a Christian longer than I have, but he's still he was still quite new, so I wanted to get him a study Bible so he could learn a bit more whilst he's reading as well. So that is this book. And this is what I'm going to be using because I now have his Bible. Let's show you what it looks like on the inside. So this is Ephesians. There it is. That's where I'll be starting on chapter 1. I'm not sure how I'll do this yet. I'm not sure if I'll read a chapter and film it, and then the next day read another chapter and film that. And it obviously will be full length. I will be editing it down and probably, trying to do a speedy thing. Can't remember what it's called, but it'll be when you watch it, it'll be quicker, like a time lapse. I got there, a time lapse. I'll be trying that, so you might get some more fancy content from me. Don't get used to it. But I don't want it. Well, I want to improve as I go along if I can, but I don't know how much of an improvement I'll be doing. Anyway, that's completely different. Yeah, basically I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet, because initially I was going to start this on Monday and do a chapter a day, film it all week, then upload it next week. However, we are now currently on Thursday, and I just showed you chapter 1, which is where I'm starting. So I'm not sure how I'll do that yet. I don't know whether I'll read more than one in a day, to kind of catch up, so to speak, or I don't know. As long as I get this up before the end of October, because that's when the readathon ends, then I'm happy. So yeah, that's the introductions all done, and I'm already 8 minutes in, so you know me. By now, if you don't know that I'm a bit of a chatter, then I am. You do know. Despite the fact that I am more of an introvert, if I'm honest, but kind of like an ambi, kind of a bit of both. I do kind of lean more towards the introvert, especially with people I don't know, but it depends on them, the other person. Like, if they're quite chatty and friendly, not that other people aren't friendly, but, more verbally friendly, I guess, in terms of being chatty, then I'm chattier, so it just depends, I think, on the situation and how well I know the person and stuff like that. Slash, if it's just myself. I know I'm talking to you on a camera, but it's still just on my own, so if you looked into my head, you would not want to see it. I don't just talk to myself. I go like into the Lulu land, as they say, so yeah. Right, let's get started. So I'm going to read Ephesians. I'm not going to necessarily read it out loud to you, but if you want to read along with me, like if you're doing a read-along with me, or you're just on Ephesians, or you want to start Ephesians, then, feel free to read along with me at whatever pace you want. I don't know how you would remember if you kept pausing and coming back, but if that works for you, then do that, or, just watch me read it. I think I might talk about it a little bit, like, after each chapter, like, my thoughts on it, or how it affects me, or, I don't know. We'll find out. But, yeah. I am going to get started, and you are going to be moved now to a bit lower down. I might try and do it so you can see it as well. I don't know. I'm going to try a few things. So you are welcome. Right. Let's get started. I just finished chapter 1. I decided to read the extra study bits as well. It's basically more of an introduction still. It's definitely talking about our faith, because Paul is writing, if you don't know or have the information in a study Bible or commentary or anything like that, Paul is writing to the majority of Gentile believers in Ephesus. This is basically talking about how we were, all believers were predestined. That's mentioned twice just in this one chapter. The word predestination and predestinated. It's also talking about the dispensation. Although this is the King James, so I'm not used to it. Normally, I do read New King James, but that means it's not purely King James's Old English writing. It's slightly more modernized, so it has things like, ye instead of your or you or something. Sorry, I'm not sure what it means. But, it's talking about, plural you, it's talking about the reader. Yeah. I don't really have much to really say, really. I do know that, I don't know if any of you watch Joyce Meyer. She's been doing talks for decades. She's an American, is she an evangelist? I don't know. But I'm sure a lot of you might have heard of her, I assume. I don't know. But she recently did a couple of videos on Ephesians. I can't remember if it's on the whole book, but anyway, if you're interested in watching those alongside this, then do it. It's good to go further in your studies for it. Very good for that. Yeah. Not really much in my brain to talk about right now. Basically talking about how we have power from Christ. We have like wisdom and understanding, and it's talking about how Paul is really thankful for all that the people of Ephesus are doing. Yeah, because they show a lot of love to others, other believers, and he's praying that God gives them wisdom and revelation to enlighten them. It's kind of I'm assuming it's introducing the topics for the rest of the letter. I don't think, when I had a look at the kind of overview of the Ephesian letter to the Ephesians doesn't actually talk about any specific problems that the church itself is experiencing, but it does say that it's more that it's a letter challenging the Ephesians and obviously the rest of us reading now to a higher standard of living, and higher standard as in God's higher standard. To basically imitate God. It does say in the introduction to Ephesians, in the little study Bible introduction. That's about it really. I don't have anything to add, because obviously this isn't really a study, so I'm not necessarily all the time going to go into each chapter or whatever. I've read chapter 1. Whoops, gone ahead there. I'm on chapter 4 there. There we go. Right. There are 6 chapters, so I will figure out what I want to do. So hopefully you'll see me soon. It's really good for like new believers, and confirming that we're not saved by our works, we're saved because of our faith. And it's certainly in this translation, which is the King James, it also, Paul is also reaffirming that our works aren't, we are not saved because of our works, but our works are a result of our faith. And as well as the fact that we're all believers, those of us who believe in Jesus, that we're all saved by him. So it's, that's what I'm up to so far. This has been filmed the day after the previous clip, so today is Friday. It's currently about, what time is it? 7:30 at night. So that's my Ephesians read for the day. But now that I've done this, I'm gonna get to editing my original video that I'm gonna hopefully have up for this weekend, as I'm filming this anyway. It's currently the 18th, so okay. Sorry about the lighting, it's natural lighting. I finished reading Ephesians, so I thought I'd just give you a quick little kind of outro. So Ephesians had 6 chapters, and it's very much a lifestyle sort of book. It talks about the armour of God in here as well, right in the last chapter, chapter 6. So, talks about, the breastplate of righteousness, and, the sword, and being our prayer life, and it's very much about, how we live our lives as Christians, and also, about the fact that, even now Gentiles are brought into God's family. It's not just the Israelites, the Jewish people, it's all of us who believe. So, yeah, definitely a great little book to do for a readathon. Very short. I did find the wording a bit weird because it's the King James. So, yeah. But yeah, other than that, oh, come on. Yeah, other than that, yeah, it was a good book / letter. So, I guess that's the end of this video. This kind of took me about a week to film on and off. I usually did it filmed like once a day, pretty much. There were a few days I missed, but there's only 6 chapters, so I easily still did it within 6 days. So yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing this pretty soon. Hopefully it doesn't go wrong. I've not done this style before because it'll be mostly kind of like a vlog style where it's mostly just going to be background music and you seeing me reading. So yeah, let me know what you think. I don't know how often I'll do the style of videos. I just thought I'd give it a try. But yeah, I hope you're all having a good week. God bless, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.